Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts.
Howdy MJ friends, feels like it's been a while. So we had a setup today, which was a bit frustrating for us short-term traders who were looking for positions because today started exactly as I wanted to see with a gap down open shaping up. And then we had a news release about CGC getting one of their facilities approved for edibles or drinks or whatever it was. And that led to a significantly higher open. And it just ruined the setup of looking for the daily higher low to try and be set for today. And really, it's almost like a non-event day today for me personally, technically speaking. The reason being, we have the exact same candlestick as Friday pretty much, and we're going to be watching to see if we break $18 first thing tomorrow. That tells us our daily higher low has not been set yet. We had a lot of really nice bear plays, and as long as we continue to give these bears these really nice easy plays, they're going to continue to take them, and they're going to continue to keep control. And if we do not change these daily trends in Canadian MJ names this week, with the shortened week on the US side, Canadians better pick it up for the bulls. But if we do not change the trend this week, it is a big failure for the sector bulls as a whole. Burden of proof is on the bulls because they're the ones who have to change the trend. Canadian MJ bears don't care about changing the trend. They have the trend in their favor. So the easy bear plays were just rejections from the highs of Friday. As soon as we saw 1975 tested, we rejected from it first thing this morning. The bears smashed the price back down, and if you look on the 1 minute time frame, it was actually multiple tests, couple candlesticks all right within the 3 minute span of each other. This is the bull saying, oh, this is great news, shorts were not expecting this, we're squeezing the shorts. Brick wall, bears putting up asks, bears defending, and as soon as we see this much of a pullback, bears win. We pulled back multiple percent, and then we faded and hit a new low of the day. As soon as we hit that low of the day, we know the daily inside bar is very likely to happen. So we got a daily inside bar. We did see a little bit of a bounce at the end of the day, not significant. And it's all about $18 tomorrow. Break 18, and the odds of an equilibrium start to increase, where we have our high, we'll look for the higher low, and then we'll look for a lower high. If the bulls can hold 18 and break 1975, there is still potential for a continuation and the daily trend change. But if we break 18, the odds of that will decrease a good bit. So key support test first thing tomorrow morning with 1815 and 1803 support the last two lows of the day. Cron didn't even make it back to the high of Friday. It closed at the low of the day, 685, a double bottom the last 2 days. And you can see as soon as CGC rejected from resistance, just like that, Cron dropped. I mean, we dropped over 5% in 25 minutes. And as long as we continue to see 5% moves for bears, they will continue to be all over this sector. So we need a higher low to form. 685 is likely to break tomorrow. We'll see where we open. Only thing the bulls can hope for is that volume stays low if we continue to pull back. So bulls have to hold 604 and break 805 to change this trend, and we've already pulled back more than 50% of the size of the move. APHA, closing at the low of the day, already broke the low of Friday, only by a penny, but daily consolidation still underway, and odds are beginning to shift from the potential of a bull flag and continuation, and they're starting to favor more of an equilibrium. After 455 support, we're looking down at 436, and we'll see how much follow through the bears get. We're not close to hourly oversold conditions on anybody because of the bull move seen this morning. ACB is the weakest out of all of the major names. Close at the low of the day, close at the low of the day, already given back well over 50% of this move. We are expecting 214 to hold at least initially, but again, take the weakest names bearish and the strongest names bullish, and right now ACB is the weakest name in the sector. We did have the share conversion go through already, but clearly still some overhead resistance, keeping the bears strong. And if we break 250 tomorrow, we're looking at 236 and then the low. And again, the size of the move, we saw a $1.11 move, and the midway point is 269, and here we are well below 269 by about 5% or so. Hexo, daily inside bars, multiple daily inside bars in a row. So we have a tightening range. We've got support down at 217 and 208. Resistance is 239 and 254. So we'll see how these inside bars break. If they break bearish, then we look for the daily higher low to try and form compared to 156. If they break bullish, then we haven't topped out on this move yet. It's the only name that has multiple inside bars still forming right now after such a wide range on Thursday. That's part of the reason why we're still within that tightening range. Wider range on Thursday than the vast majority of individual names. OGI had a bearish reaction to its earnings initially. It bounced. Look where we rejected. A gift for the bears to top fish the high of Friday. And again, you just look at all these names. APHA broke the high of Friday by 1 penny. That's a double top. So just a gift of a day for bears. And after 288 failed to break, the bears took it back over. And support will be 245 tomorrow. And then down to 227 as we scout that daily higher low. The bulls will have to change the hourly trend. So if we start weak tomorrow and pull back, what we'll have to see happen is a bounce to set an hourly lower high, a pullback to hold the low of the day, and then a new high of the day into the close. That's the best case scenario for the daily bulls to change the hourly trend, set those daily higher lows, but that's requiring control for the vast majority of the day. They don't have to have control first thing in the morning, but they do have to have control after first thing in the morning. It's a tall order for these bulls to fill. We'll see if they can pull it off. VFF, close at the low of the day the last 2 days, have to hold 570. Again, we're giving back so much of this move at this point, where the midway point was maybe 684, well below the midway point. Equilibrium very clearly is best case scenario for the names like VFF and ACB, who have already pulled back more than their peers. Only good thing is volume, but size of the price action pullback, not ideal. Daily trend change, a lot of work to do. TGOD. So putting TGOD in here because it's the same setup as everybody else. And if you're looking to be aggressive as a trader, you're looking to trade a name like TGOD. I'm looking to be conservative, so I want the volume and liquidity, and I want to be trading CGC. But if I was looking to be aggressive, maybe with a smaller account, I'd be scouting the higher low compared to 62, knowing that the percentage range within this equilibrium is going to be a larger percentage swing than it is on the other names. So we're looking for that higher low, and maybe if we set that higher low and then bounce for a lower high, even then it could be a 30% move for that lower high. If CGC were going to see that happen, we would have to, come down, hold 17. A 30% move from 17 would be a higher high. So it's just much more trading range for TGOD within its tightening range to bounce around. So if I'm looking for volatility and being aggressive, that's where I'm looking. So now onto the USMJ space, expecting to see correlation with the Canadian MJ space. We're looking at consolidation during the same point in time, and we're going to be looking for daily higher lows at the same point in time. Cureleaf had its trademark end of day pump, where volume just pours in and paints the candle. You look at that daily time frame, you say, wow, that's a very healthy higher low. You take away that 5-minute candle, and it's a weak close down at the low, and there's no sign of a bounce yet. So we'll have to see. In general, those painted candles see no follow through the next day, but we'll need an hourly trend change regardless. Painting the close. Plunge protection team. If the bulls can break, 822, daily higher low is set. CWeb. So we talked about in the chat room over the weekend how CWeb stood out as a bear, number one, for the weak close at the low of the day compared to other USMJ names, but the biggest factor was the volume. We said that is not a good sign. The bear volume on that red Marubozu candlestick, which is as bearish a candle as you can see, is higher than the bull volume on any candles on the way up. Now we get the reason why. We had dilution news come out this morning, gap down open, and equilibrium is the best case scenario for the bulls. 1136 is the low, high of 1725. Bulls have to hold 1136, and if they do, we'll look for a lower high compared to 17, and we're just going to look for a tightening range, best case scenario for the bulls. TRUL, no red flags, healthy consolidation at this point, trying to change this hourly trend. We had the Little hourly lower high, lower low into the end of the day, but this lower high and lower low without significant bear follow through is a decent sign for these bulls. If we can turn around and break resistance of 1617 and 1637 tomorrow, our daily higher low will be set. So Curaleaf, TRUL, some of these names are looking for these daily higher lows tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll see how tomorrow morning goes with both sides of the sector, because I do believe that their correlations are impacting each other, and I think it's the Canadian side of things impacting the US side a bit more this past 3 days. OH, tightening still. Earnings are approaching for CL tomorrow. That's going to dictate whether we break bullish or bearish from this tightening daily range. Break bearish, we're looking down at the low. Break bullish, and it's 550. And CL is either going to be looking at 888 or down to the low of 667, depending on tomorrow. Just choppy sideways action for both names while they patiently wait. GTII, declining volume is a good sign for the bulls. Also looking for its daily higher low. I would be putting TRUL, Curaleaf, and GTII in their own category for USMJ names, because they are the stronger ones looking for these daily higher lows at this point. OH and CL sideways. CWeb, red flag, it's more bearish. HARV is more bearish with this 2-week bear flag. It's heading back down towards the lows. There is no bull momentum on the HARV daily chart whatsoever. Failed break. Bears in full control since that failed break attempt. Short-term support 325, then 295 after it. And KSHB, I do like the setup here in the sense that bigger picture, we're looking for a weekly higher low to form. We've got our low of 126, high of 212, higher low of 142. Need follow through from that higher low, and the bulls are trying to change the daily trend. So we're looking for a daily higher low compared to 142. Have to hold 142 and break 186 for the daily trend change to indicate that our weekly higher low has been established. Let's see if we get that daily higher low when everybody else does. So goal for the bulls tomorrow, give us at least a daily. We don't have to see an hourly trend change. Ideal if we see an hourly trend change for bulls. Worst case, just give us a daily bullish reversal candlestick to find these daily higher lows. If we do not see that, and if we close near the low of the day tomorrow, daily equilibriums will then become best case scenario for the bulls, who are still in daily downtrends even after 50 to 60% bounces, and the bears are still jumping at all the opportunity they can and still don't have much pressure on those bears. It was 3 days of all pressure, and now bear opportunity again the last couple of days. So show us what you got tomorrow, bulls. Big day tomorrow. And we'll check back in after then. Have a good rest of your day. See you tomorrow.